Is it on? Yeah, it's on. Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Wendy, and I'm with Chris. But we're making low carb chocolate chip cookies today. We're starting a few minutes earlier than Chris's Zoom class because they're making salad. And the cookies were from last week, which we saved for today. And so we're going to get started on that so we can put it in the oven right away. Okay, so Chris, let me, my eyeglasses on here. And, okay, the first thing we need to do is the oven's on 350. In a large bowl, pour melted butter. Chris. Pour melted butter in the bowl. Am I getting this right? Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to flip this to get it properly. Yeah, I forgot what I was doing there, folks. Okay, hang on. Somehow I don't have this phone right. Sorry, bear with us. Are we seeing this? Okay, so I'm taking this off this. There. Okay. Okay, Chris. Oh, we need to add the sweetener. I didn't measure that out yet because, like I said, I've replaced everything. Chris, could you hold this? Okay, vanilla. Can you show it there? So we need, sorry about this, people, I'm not quite ready. We're going to put 1 cup of sweetener, stevia, in the bowl. And Chris, you can put the vanilla. Is this working? Okay, here we go. Okay, so there's melted butter in the bowl. I've just put the sweetener. Now that's the vanilla. Yeah, pour it in. And put in 1 egg, please. Crack 1 egg in there. Sorry, I forgot how to use this camera for a minute here. What are you making, Chris? Chocolate chip cookies? Yeah. Okay, so now you have to stir that around, whip it up. Really good. You want me to get a car? Yeah. You want to buy Transformers?
Yeah, I'm going to get a halo and got a motor.
That's a really good job you're doing, Chris.
I'm going to cookie and cream.
Okay, so now we got to add the flour. So pass the almond flour. You can fill that up. Yeah. We need 1.5 cups. We're just making a dozen cookies here. Here, you can hold this. I'll do it for you. So, of course, we washed our hands today before we started. And I should have had this part done. I kind of forgot.
Oh, man.
Okay, so that's 1. I gotta put another half in there. Chris, take that out now because now you don't want to use this. Now we have to use the other spoon because this... Okay. So now you want to add in the baking powder. Yeah, baking powder. So this recipe is obviously for low carb. You get the spoons. You gotta measure a half teaspoon. So that would be, that's a quarter, this is a half. So put a half a teaspoon. So yes, I've replaced all of the sugar and the flour. And we're using low carb ingredients like almond flour and stevia. I will post the recipe and all those ingredients. Okay, that's good. Okay, so add baking powder, xanthan gum, and a pinch of salt. So I'm just going to go like this. Just give it a couple of shakes. 1, 2. Good, good, good. So that was like a pinch. So now mix that around, please. Okay, Chris. Yeah, the guys are on the Zoom now. So they're going to get ready for...
Hey guys, just give me a sec. There's a lot of people coming in here.
Hey, good friends. What's up? Hello.
Mix that up. We have the oven set for 350. This recipe is makes about 9 to 12 cookies. Of course, I got it on Pinterest. And I'm going to turn that down, so keep stirring that very good.
Let's start in a minute here.
Hello. Hey.
Oops. Drop it to it. Okay. Okay, I turned Chris' Zoom down. Okay, that looks really good, Chris. Let me just get the sides here. Because now you're going to make 12 little balls. Okay, yeah, you got to put those chocolate chips in. What is that? Oh, that's the... Okay, put the chocolate chips in there. So now you got to mix all those around. Yeah, mix that all around. Do you like chocolate chips, Chris? You love chocolate chips.
Butter.
Oh, you like peanut butter cookies. Okay, do you want me to do that part? Can you hold the phone then? Can you hold the phone? And I'll mix that part for you.
Hey, where did Chris? Hey, where did Christopher go?
You're up there, see?
Where?
Oh, hang on. Oh, right here. Okay, now you're on the video. Okay. Okay, do you want to make your cookie balls now?
We just.
Right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So, Chris, mix the chocolate chips. Now you got to make a small little ball.
Oh, yeah.
No, little one.
Yeah. Smaller ball, yeah. Baby.
Good job. A little bit smaller, Chris.
I think this is smaller. You know, right?
2.
Stop it, you baby. Here. Sick. Stop it, laughing.
Okay, I won't laugh.
We're gonna prove the Richie.
Okay.
We're gonna prove the Richie.
You're gonna pull a wedgie?
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. Like 55.
Okay, that's kind of too big, Chris. You gotta make it smaller.
You gotta bring it smaller. You don't want a good monster like you.
Those are huge. It's supposed to be 12, but I don't think we're gonna make 12.
Okay, what are they gonna morning cookie? Oh.
Well, because you gotta make them smaller, son.
Okay, so
Is that it? Oh, that's it.
actually,
Okay, let's move it around a little bit.
hey, come on.
Okay, now we're gonna put it in the oven for 350. Okay, for 10 to 12 minutes.
Oh,
Okay, so that's 11:07. I'll keep an eye on this, but we're going to get started on Christopher salad. Chris, here, let's rinse these vegetables off. Okay, Chris, you can use this knife. Chris is making a salad with the guys on Zoom. Yep, you could chop it up in small pieces. Do you want a big knife? Okay. Chris wants a big knife. No. This one. Yeah, we started Zoom cooking with Christopher's program a year ago when we all experienced lockdown. I kept him home from program, and I couldn't keep up with the daily Zooms because it's just me here. But I started doing the cooking Zooms with Chris, and that's why we're continuing to do this, because it's been a wonderful experience. And but of course, in the very beginning, the only thing I was replacing with his recipes was the sugar, but now I replace the flour as well. I try to make it as low carb as possible because Christopher has lost 100 pounds in this past year. He's tired of hearing about it, but just with low carb and walking, but as well intermittent fasting. And I'm a diabetic and no longer need, you can put it in the bowl. I no longer need medications like insulin and metformin. I completely manage my blood sugars, living a low carb life, and that's I don't know what that is.
hello, Fred. Nice house. Fred?
Oh, you could see his house?
Fred? Where are you? Fred? 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 Where are you?
So anyways, I completely manage my blood sugars with eating low carb, walking, and intermittent fasting. It all goes together, and that's why we achieved our goals in such a short period of time, because of the way we did it. And, when I very first started to help myself with my diabetes, it was a slow change. It didn't happen overnight. And, I don't expect people to change overnight. It was gradual for me as well. I started to cut down on carbs where I could. And just doing that, I started to lose weight. But eventually, I got really determined to get off this insulin and metformin. And so we learn as we go. And really, when I first started in 2017 to work on my health and fight for my life, I really got my information from my daughter, who is a nurse. And because, like me, I didn't want to read a book or do research at that time. I just wanted, give me the information and I'll go with it. And I know there's people out there that are the same way. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it, because we're not getting that instructions from anybody. No one's telling us how to help ourselves. So we got to take our health into our own hands. Be your own health advocate. When I told my health specialist that, I'm going to get off this insulin and metformin as soon as possible, what did she say? Of course, she has to agree. She said, that's good. But, so like I started recording my numbers. I'll turn that around a little bit. Sorry. I started recording my numbers as I shared last week, and I would call the doctor's office and I said, okay, this is my numbers for this week. And they would tell me, okay, now you can reduce your insulin by this much. So, make your doctors and nurses, help you, like, show them that you want to help yourself, and, ask them questions like, what happens if I don't change the way I eat? Like, I don't think we understand enough the damage that is happening to our bodies every day if you're not controlling your sugars as a diabetic. And I certainly didn't. When I first became diabetic, it was induced by medications, but that medication was putting my sugar levels up just with that medication to about at least 20. So if I wasn't even eating right, I wasn't at that time in the beginning. It's really scary, like, to think what could have happened to me. I know that I was going for regular blood work, and my doctor said, Wendy, your sugar's at 30. And it was at that time he said, we got to do something about this, because I wasn't looking after myself in that way, because I didn't really understand what was happening. Do you want those in your salad? Okay, so that's cheese. Yep, that's feta cheese. You can put that in. So we can't forget about our cookies. Oh, still good, looking good. So anyways, I'm all over the map here in terms of, okay, now you can put your sauce, your dressing, Greek dressing. Chris is making a Greek salad. Okay, Chris, It's enough. It's being a little bit too sarcastic today. But I had really high sugars. That's why I developed a lot of, these are diabetic eyes, okay? You know, the veins in my eyes got damaged. I had to go for laser treatments because the pathway to my deer ducts got blocked. So veins have closed up, and they had to open up a new pathway for drainage. My eyes weren't draining properly, and that's one of the first consequences of you know, diabetes. It's going to be the little veins that get damaged first. And so now my eye doctor wants to see me every year instead of every 2 years. Yep, you can mix that around. Awesome. Now we just gotta wait for your cookies, okay? That's a great job, Chris. And they're already gone. Okay, so let's make sure we don't burn these cookies. Oh, we're good. So that's a slow cook. Can I see? Very good, Chris. That's a lovely lunch you're gonna have. So you can get your water, Chris, ready. And then cookies will be for dessert. Anyways, this camera today's all over the place. Sorry about that. I just wanted to touch a little bit more about neuropathy, because that's the other thing that I experienced right away, because my sugar levels were so high and unmanaged. And I didn't understand that that was a direct result of diabetes, because how I went to the hospital, I couldn't even walk. I couldn't put my foot on the ground. That's how bad it was. I was not able to walk. And so I went to the emergency, you know, many doctor visits and x-rays and tests. And, you know, finally they just said it's neuropathy. But even still, I did not understand that I could start to control that. If anything, like, no one spelt it out to me, you know, that this pain that you have in your feet is caused from diabetes. It's the high sugars in your body that is causing this damage. No one even said that to me. And, you know, I was not capable of doing any research at that time. Like, I really wish people would just spell it out. Like, what does this mean? You know, if we don't know what to ask. And, you know, so, you know, that, and what does that pain that I experienced was aching, throbbing. Like, in the very beginning, because my sugars were so high, it felt like someone had taken a hammer and just beat the shit out of my, pardon my language, out of my foot. It was so painful. It was throbbing pain that I could not put my foot on the ground. I could not walk without pain medications. And it was that severe. And it felt like walking on rock, like on bone. It felt like there was no cushion there, just like it was bone I was walking on. And so it took a lot of medication for me to be able to walk. And off we went for a few years like that, you know. until I started to work on my diabetes in 2017 is when I started to work on it and reduce. I started walking every day, and I'm missing a couple of steps here. Hang on, we don't want to forget about our cookies. Okay, those are so huge that they're taking a bit longer. Chris is just getting his water and everything ready for himself, but for his salad. But if you're starting to get neuropathy, you can stop the damage from happening even more. You're starting to see the damage that sugar is doing in your body. And like I said, the feet and the eyes are the first thing. And if left unchecked, if like you just keep going and you eat sugar and flour and all these high carbs foods, it's going to get worse. It started for me in one foot, and very quickly it went to the other foot. And then when I really got scared, I started to feel it in my calves, in both my legs. In both my legs. Yeah, you can take it to the table, Chris.
You're hungry. You need it.
Okay, Chris made himself. That's nice. Chris served himself his salad and his water. He's ready to go there. That's when I got scared. So you can get control of it, you can stop it. And I've also learned that, that neuropathy, that nerve damage can go right up your back. I can't imagine even getting to that point, because it's not fun. That pain. You'll notice it now. Like if you already have neuropathy, you're going to notice it when you eat something like pasta or potatoes or anything sweet for that matter. It's going to go right to your feet or wherever your neuropathy is. And it's burning sensation. It's throbbing, aching, the pin needles piercing, like all of a sudden like a piercing pin feeling, which is horrible. And yeah, you can lose sleep. I don't wish that pain for anyone, because it's awful. And sometimes when you're very first starting, like once you start to eliminate the sugar from your body, it was almost like my feet, my toes, my feet, was the little gremlins down there were looking for that sugar. What happened? So they were really acting up, but that will pass, because that's what I was told. Your nerve pain might get a little bit worse in the beginning, but it's going to subside. It's going to get lower. And just like even when I first started walking, my feet really reacted to all of a sudden this movement and what's happening. Blood is circulating, and it was just like, but I just walked through it. My feet were activated with all of the burning and everything, but I just kept walking every day, and that pain will become less. And as you manage your sugars. So, there's hope with that. First of all, you can stop it. And so I don't want to forget about these cookies. No, we're still good. And the last video I did was unplanned and unexpected, but I'm very grateful that you got me talking about diabetes. You know, I started recording Chris's Zoom cooking, you know, for our memories, and I was posting pictures of my low carb food, but you know, I'm adding more steps to that. um, I couldn't post that last video to YouTube because I learned that I have to download my video first before I could even post. So there's a couple of videos I've lost that way, but so there's going to be a little bit of repeat um, when I'm talking about things, because a lot of, you know, there's lots to talk about. We have so many places to go from here by talking about diabetes. But the number one thing I want to leave you with is there is hope. You can, no one ever told me that I could help myself. I do not have to live with this disease. It's reversible. And it's not like you can't ever have a piece of bannock. It's not like you can never have a sweet thing again. For those that are in a critical condition, that maybe already are going through dialysis, you need to stop completely. For people that have had a heart attack, you need to stop sugar, flour, pasta, rice, all those high carbs completely. There are those that are maybe pre-diabetic, and you've got time to change how you live. For me, because I've been managing my sugar levels since 2017, I can now have a little bit of sugar and I can wake up in the morning and I'll be fine, because I'm somebody who walks most days, so that revs things up, your metabolism. You got to get your body moving, and it'll work for you at night when you're sleeping. That's when your sugar's going to go down. And because right now, for some diabetics that haven't changed anything with how they eat, definitely keep taking your medication, because you need that more than anybody else, because you have to bring your sugar levels down. Start reducing sugar and high carb food, like, you know, potatoes was the first thing I gave up, and bread was the first thing, and of course sugar. But there's a lot of hidden sugars in food. And so what I'm saying is, you can get to a point that you've reduced the sugar in your body to a good place. And, you know, in life, you know, like when we have family gatherings, you could have a little bit of something, because your body's already working for you. You're managing your sugars, and, you know, so pick your poison, basically. Is it a cheesecake that you want? Is it that slice of cake at your grandchildren's birthday party? You know, is it a piece of bannock at the feast? Or is it a liquid, you know, that you want to indulge in? You can live a normal life, but like all things, in balance. But there are those of you that have to get your sugar under control first. And it doesn't take long. It only took me 2 months to get off insulin and metformin. And because, I mean, I was really strict with it. And so now the odd time, if I want to have, you know, what a scoop of my daughter's mashed potatoes at a dinner, I can do that, because I know my body's working for me. It's gonna get rid of that sugar fast. But I've worked for it. Anything good in life we have to work for, and you're worth it. You can stop all this damage. You never have to receive dialysis. You never have to experience a stroke. At least this is my plan. And, you know, what am I giving up? as I mentioned before, you know, my family died really young from diabetes, because one of the differences was they didn't have those machines that we have now where we can test our blood so we know exactly what our blood level is. They didn't have those in their day, and none of them made it to 60. My two uncles were younger than I am now, which is, you know, I'm in my mid-50s, 55 exactly, but they were younger and they left their whole families behind. My mother almost made it to 60. And, you know, I often think, you know, if someone said to them, you're not going to meet your grandchildren or your great-grandchildren because you're diabetic and you're just not going to live that long. And, you know, if they say, you know, give up your flour, give up your sugar, they would have done it. I know they would have. So, this is my passion. This is why I do what I do. Okay, it's time to go. But anyways, our cookies are done. Chris, so anyways, that's my passion. That's my intent. It's not about getting likes. I don't care about that. All I care about is that the right person that needs hope and that feels they don't have hope, you do. And that's what I want you to know. So I'll show you Chris's cookies. I don't know if you could see that. Can't see that. Sorry, I need a camera person. I can't do that. Here's his cookies. Ouch. Hot chocolate. So there you go. We enjoy our food. There's nothing we miss anymore. And you can, you know, take change a little bit at a time, but you can do it. I know I was all over the place today because there's a lot of passion behind this. And who else is telling you? That's what I want to know. Okay? So anyways, you have a great weekend. Miigwech.